A welfare check leads to a 10-hour standoff in Goodfield and an elementary school closed for the day.
And now a 29-year-old man is facing firearm charges. Andy Weber has more about how the situation ended.
Local police say they are familiar with the man that was holed up inside this home for several hours last night. Police say that man, Trent Johnson, fired dozens of shots, some of them at officers. Thankfully, no one was hurt. It was a long night for law enforcement in Woodford County. Shortly before 6:30 Wednesday night, police were called to this home in the 200 block of West Robinson Street in Goodfield. Someone had called police saying a man was in the home making suicidal comments and was possibly armed.
Officers arrived, knocked on the front door, heard several shots inside the residence, stepped back, drew back, formed a perimeter around the residence, and additional units were brought in.
Additional law enforcement were called in to help, and homes nearby were evacuated. Negotiations began and continued for several hours. Goodfield and Deer Creek Police Chief Bradley Pod says the man inside was Trent Johnson. He surrendered around 4:15 Thursday morning. Chief Pod says there were a few times throughout the night they weren't sure how this would end.
The biggest problem we had is at the beginning we couldn't get him to respond to us. Eventually he started responding to us, and then it was just trying to help him work through the emotional things that he needed to work through to get to a point where he was willing to surrender.
Johnson was taken to a hospital. He's now at Woodford County Jail awaiting trial, charged with aggravated discharge of a firearm. His bond is set at $1 million. And the chief says multiple firearms were found inside that home. Now, because of the situation, the Goodfield Elementary School, which is just down the block right here, had to close for the day. Also, all gas lines were shut off throughout the neighborhood as a precaution. Now, that school had a previously scheduled 4-day weekend starting tomorrow, so they'll be back in class on Tuesday of next week. Reporting in Goodfield, I'm Andy Weber, Heart of Illinois, ABC. Guys, back to you.